Nathan, Nat and Sean, and we're joined by Wil Anderson, host of the Gruen Transfer, in town to do your own show, Wilarious.
Yeah, it's unreal. Thank you. I've called it Wilarious. The first time in 18 years I had the confidence to call a show Wilarious because I had to make sure that the review wouldn't be, is not.
Now, I like your humour because you, to me, have no morals. And
Thanks,
when
man.
I
Cheers.
find
Stop
myself
flirting.
when I find myself floating around in the circle of people that have deep morals, sometimes I can't communicate with them. How are you with that?
Well, I avoid those people. and they normally avoid me, to be honest. Once they've seen my act, they don't come anywhere near me unless they want to throw holy water at me or something like that.
Because you're like us, nothing's off limits, really, is it? I think if something's funny, something's funny.
Yeah, no, that's what I agree. But it's always where you come to the table on it, that sort of thing. I always think as long as you can back it up, as long as you think, I think this is funny and this is the reason I think this is funny, then anything. You can talk about anything.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, well, obviously you have your show organised, but every single day there's some material that you'd read in the paper and stuff that you would think, oh, that's funny, that could make... Do you change things around at all for what may be topical at the time?
Yeah, I definitely. You just incorporate. Even just yesterday, I was on the plane, coming over here, and there was this mother, just before we got on the plane, she's explaining to her 2-year-old that Qantas don't let you take donuts on the plane. She goes, I would get you donuts, but no, Qantas don't let you take.
Lie.
Yeah, and I actually whispered to this 2-year-old kid, your mum's lying. She's lying to you.
We know that because there's 12 bogans up the back with their body weight and bloody Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme.
Literally. They've got Krispy Kremes hanging off parts of their body that Krispy Kreme shouldn't be hanging off.
Nothing makes me roll my eyes more than when someone walks in with about 12 boxes of Krispy Kremes.
I know, because they take up all the overhead locker space, for starters.
It's just donuts, deal with it, people.
I know. Why don't we just get an outlet here? We'll stop it. Hey, Wil, you're an Eastern Stater. You're a Victorian, aren't you?
Yeah, are you originally? Yep.
And now... What's the Eastern States' perception of WA?
Yeah, be honest.
Right,
You'll tell us the truth.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you the truth. We're very grateful. We're very grateful to have you. You've been paying for everything. Essentially, you've been like a sugar daddy to us all. And you're like a sugar daddy who lives far away from us.
Yes.
So it's perfect. You guys just pay for everything. We're going to muck around on the East Coast.
And you don't even have to suck up to us.
And the other thing is, none of us have jobs anymore, so we've got heaps of free time. So if you guys could just keep going underground, digging stuff up and paying for stuff.
Do you know what you're saying today is exactly in the paper today. It's saying how we're creating 50,000 jobs a year here, and around Australia they're taking away 33,000 jobs everywhere else. We are the sugar daddy to the rest of the state.
Yeah, we absolutely love you for that. Don't get me wrong, I've come over here to marry Gina Rinehart. Or if not marry her, just be one of the kids that she likes.
Yeah, don't worry.
I'm happy to sub in for a kid that she doesn't like.
We're all on that bandwagon.
I've pleaded on air publicly. I told her I'm ready to get rid of mine.
Yeah, Marlene's out, Gina's in.
She could have us 4. We could be her 4 kids. We all bring something different to the table.
I would agree to everything she said.
Yes.
If she wanted to dig up Ayers Rock, I'd go, yeah, mummy.
Let me get the shovel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're going to find one of your mines and we'll chuck Ayers Rock in that. Well, that's fine.
That's how to fill an open cut, isn't it?
In fact, you know what we're going to do, Gina? We're going to take this traditional thing that's very important to this country, and we're going to make it in a ring that you can wear around because we love you. That's how much we love you.
We're going to make actual marbles out of marble rock for you, Gina.
Yeah, whatever. The Sydney Harbour Bridge is yours.
I like the fact when we're talking about how successful WA is going with the mining and all that we claim it as our own personally. Yes. Like we've physically dug some of these holes up and we're saving the rest of the nation.
Oh, God, we always do that. 2 weeks from now, the Olympics are going to be on, and we'll be like, oh, gee, Australia's done well. Haven't we done well? I didn't get up early in the morning. I didn't help Stephanie Rice train. I would have if she asked.
Maybe a rub down or two.
Yeah, I didn't know, or at least give her some Twitter tips. But
that bikini's covering up too much.
She's edgier than I am on Twitter. but we claim it as our own every time we're like, Australia, aren't we good at sport? As we sit at home eating donuts on the couch watching them. The only one is they recently said that there was that survey that said Australia are now the #1 per capita pot users in the world.
Yes.
And I read that survey and I thought, I've done part of that. I feel like I've made us #1.
A statistic I participated in.
And it's also why we're the second fattest country.
Yes. Now, Olympics, Gruen are doing an Olympic show?
Yeah, Gruen Sweat. We've changed the name of the show again because we'd like to confuse people. We change it every year. I think Andrew Denton has some offshore Cayman's accounts.
Sure.
And so for tax purposes, every year, I think next year we're the Gruen Relocation Program.
So what sort of stuff are you going to be doing? talking?
Well, we're going to talk about the Olympics. So the show's about the Olympics because it's the world's biggest marketing festival. So we're just going to look at, like, I mean, some of the stuff we've already discovered is just so unreal. Like, for example, because they're so protective of the brand, that's why we had to call it Gruen Sweat.
Yeah, yeah.
We couldn't call it Gruen Games. We couldn't call it Gruen Olympics. I tried to get them to call it Gruen Strain because I thought that was a good,
groin
sporty
strain.
thing.
I see what you did there.
Yeah,
Nothing?
they didn't. Nothing. Nada.
Yeah, we think we're going to go with Lightning Carnival here, so we don't get
because we're not,
World
during the
Things
Olympics,
Lightning
we're not allowed to say Olympics either.
Yeah, you just can't say it. Well, in London, there's been, like, cafes. There was an Olympic cafe that had to change its name, and it's now just called the Olympic Cafe.
Oh, what about Olympic Airlines?
The Olympic.
Yeah. That's seriously.
That's true. It is true.
They had to get rid of the O because apparently people thought this dodgy little cafe on a corner was the official cafe of the Olympic Games. People lining up down the block going, I guess this is where Usain Bolt eats breakfast.
And you're right, actually, because some movies could have been affected. What if the Hunger Games came out? It would have been just called The Hunger.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have to been the Hunger event.
Yeah, the Hunger event.
They should bring the Hunger Games into the Olympics.
Don't you reckon?
Don't you reckon archery would be heaps better if they had Katniss?
That is
like,
my
in the
point.
archery?
And then there's if more. The problem with the Olympics is not enough people die as a result of losing.
Well, you know what the thing is? They have all the skills. So what you should do is get the pole vaulter, get the archer, get the shooters, get the runners,
Javelin.
all in the stadium, Hunger Games style, and let them go at each other.
Don't jump over a pole, jump over a wall of fire.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're good at throwing a javelin, but let's see how good you're throwing it at Usain Bolt. And let's see how fast he is when someone's trying to throw a javelin at him.
That's brilliant.
An interactive game of
darts. I like it.
I mean, if the starter's gun was actually fired at the athletes, they would be running a lot faster. That's my point.
That's a good point.
I think we should go for it. Well, it is as always great to have you. And you're doing shows all weekend. Most of them are sold out. I think
they're all sold out apart from tonight at 9:30. There's tickets available for tonight at 9:30.
That's the filthy one.
That's the late night one.
It is the late night one.
Where you just get loose and you don't stop till about 3 a.m.
Last night I did an unintentional encore. Like, literally.
How did that happen?
Well, we finished the show and I don't normally do an encore, and so the crowd are clapping and clapping and clapping, and I've gone off to the guy and go, did I do too little or something? Yeah. And the guy's gone, oh, maybe, and he's pushed me back out on stage. But of course I didn't have anything else to do. So, like, I've gone back out on stage for another 15 minutes, and it felt like that final Lord of the Rings film. Yeah. Where the battle scene happens and then the movie just keeps going and people don't know why. They're like, why is this movie still going? You've finished.
So what you do, just break out 10 minutes of puppetry with the penis? Oh, well.
A little bit of breakdance.
Yeah, Frodo on the boat.
Well, singers could sing a song they've already sung earlier. They've got that. Did you just retell some jokes that maybe didn't go so well early and amend them slightly?
Well, there was no jokes that didn't go well early. Let's not finish this interview on a bad note. I may have done them again, and they appreciated them equally as much as they had in the first time around.
They picked up some subtle nuances.
Exactly, because they have layers.
he's deep, ladies and gentlemen.
There were some people from the Gold Coast who were getting the jokes from an hour ago.
Good to have you in, Will, as always. And this time we didn't make you do surgery, which is what we made you do last time.
I know, I appreciate that. I have been telling people I'm a doctor since then.
Actually, if you want to check that out, Sean had a blood blister under his thumbnail, so you can go to novafm.com.au. Will was a brave enough one to pierce it and get the blood out.
He wasn't brave, he relished it. He jumped at the opportunity.
Yeah, and I sucked the poison out too.
Nova.